It's really nice to be here with you. I'm lucky I'm in my study. I don't have to get out of my house to meet with you. I know you're all in school there. I'm living in Berkeley, California. I've lived in Berkeley off and on for many decades. I went to Berkeley as an undergraduate and I studied sociology, although I couldn't decide whether I wanted to study sociology or history or literature. And then I went to England to study. After that, I went to live in Jamaica and lived in Jamaica in the Caribbean for about 7 years off and on. And got very interested in education in developing countries and did a doctorate at Stanford later. So I spent the first half of my career working for an international organization called the World Bank, and then working mainly in Latin America with countries that were trying to improve their educational systems. Then I became a professor at San Francisco State University of History and Social Science. And now I'm a writer. I stay at home and I write, and I'm a docent at the UC Botanical Garden and at the Tilden California Native Plants Garden. You guys are on the other side of the bay, right?
Yep.
Anyone there been to either of those botanical gardens over here?
So I'm assuming the people who own the drones would probably be the city of Oakland, but I would say it's not all bad. I mean, yeah, there's some privacy concerns because you can see like your entire neighborhood house and stuff. I feel like by using your drones, they can kind of get a sense of like what variety of trees are in the neighborhood, because there's that are more prone for more fire hazards than others. Some are non-native to Oakland or California in general, which make them more ticking time bomb when it comes to fire, like pine trees, eucalyptus too. So I feel like if you get a sense of like what species or variety of trees are in your neighborhood, then they can say like, okay, these are the trees that we need to target or most at risk area for fire. So when there is a fire, they can say, okay, we need to go to this area or prioritize that area first.
Is too much, and how things, like in the situation 84, things got out of, quote, control. So Orwell, he was afraid of what? What was happening historically that he made him write that book? What happened? Someone in the back, the young woman in the brown tank top and the bright pink shorts.
He just mentioned that he believes that in the book 1984, he thinks that that fictional government was established without any good intention to begin with.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead and continue with the Dr. P.
Not just when it was written, but the scenario that it depicts is, do we have to worry or be concerned about either good intentions going awry or maybe bad intentions being disguised as good ones? You guys are part of the internet thing. I've been using the internet for as long as it's been around, but you're worried about information being taken. I'm wondering about, like, how can you believe the information that's out there? There's so much information. In 1984, information is being funneled, right? So you only get one point of view, right? But I think we're facing a sort of different situation in 2024 where there is so much information, and how do we know what the viewpoint is? Where is it coming from? How can we evaluate it? We have a multiplicity of viewpoints that we have access to now. It isn't the single viewpoint that was proposed Orwell in 1984. And we have the issue of how do we evaluate? How do we decide which one of those viewpoints is legitimate? So we kind of have to know who's behind it, but it's not that easy. It's one of the biggest dilemmas that we have right now, and to know who's telling us what.
If you're searching for credible information these days, I would say the best way to go would be not TikTok.
Not TikTok, okay.
If you're searching for credible information, I'd say either peer-edited sources or on your view of the government. But I would say if you're searching for like CDC information on like vaccines, I'd say go there. If you're searching for information about a company's output of vehicles, I'd say shareholder stock reports, because those are generally pretty accurate.